Good day, guten tag, buenos dias, and buenas noches, and all that. So let's play around with some vibe-ish coding, sort of. We're gonna do it today with Warp Terminal, one of my favorite tools. What is Warp Terminal? It's a terminal that warps. All right, that was too easy. It's a terminal with a bunch of AI stuff shoved into it like a Thanksgiving turkey in a plastic glove, and does some really cool stuff. So I use it for a lot of things, from checking my local machine, which, let me back up a step. It's a terminal. It's not an IDE, right? But you can do code with it. You can also do sysadmin work with it. You can also just ask it dumb questions like, what's the weather going to be tomorrow? How can I keep my bank account from hitting zero within 14 days of my paycheck? Stuff like that, right? So you can use it to diagnose things, to build things, to answer questions, to help you derive things. You can also use it to scaffold. I love doing scaffolding with it, which is just giving it a rough idea and helping it understand what you're trying to aim for, and watch it try to come and meet you halfway and tell you, well, you could try this, this, or that, give you rough ideas. For example, let's say you want to build an application and you're like, I don't even know where to start. I don't know what's the best language. I can tell you what it's going to run on. What do I use? And it'll analyze your system and say, well, here's what you've got. Maybe it's best to build it with this. So for Linux, which is what I'm running this on, it most often will say it's Python. It'll say build it in Python. But you could say you could build it in Rust or C++ or whatever else you have installed. You can even tell it, hey, I don't have that, but I would like to build it in whatever, Ruby. I'm just picking a language. And it'll say, oh, well, then you need these packages. Would you like me to install them? And you can say, yeah, and watch it do its thing. And it's very interactive. So unlike an IDE, which can do a lot of that, it can also do things like, hey, my machine didn't come up from a boot last time. It gave me an error message. Can you diagnose it and tell me what's wrong? And it'll dive into your logs and it'll find things and say, oh, looks like you have a problem with this. Would you like me to fix it? Or, hey, you need a new firmware driver, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So pretty cool. So anyway, let's start here and say, I would like to build a game. Actually, a hangman game. And no, I haven't done this before. This is completely new, live. So if I F it up, I'll F it up live. I'd like to build a hangman game to run on this local machine. It should have a graphical interface with the standard options for minimize and maximize, etc., and should allow for choosing categories of words like animals, foods, cities, etc. And it should keep a running score of how many games I win or lose. And we'll stop there. I'll say, what should I build this with to run on my local machine? I already said local machine before. Let's see what it says. Da-da-da! Aha, see? Python. Python. Or you could do .NET and WPF, because I do have the .NET SDK installed along with PowerShell and some other stuff. You could also do an Electron and Node.js. It says, my recommendation, go with Python and PyQt5. You get a professional GUI with minimal setup, Python simplicity for game logic, and it runs great on Linux Mint. PyQt5 handles the window Chrome. Minimize, maximize, etc. automatically. To get started, pip Qt5. Run that. This is to install this package. You'll need to run it externally. Do it like this. Yeah. Gotta sudo it in. Okay. Now what? I'll create a complete hangman game. It'll balance my checkbook, it'll walk my dog, it'll wash my car, make coffee, fix my bed, clean the grout in my bathtub. All that while it waits. Chops, dices, and juliennes, just add hot water, makes its own sauce, batteries not included. Alright, so let's see what it does. It says creating a diff. Oh, I forgot to tell it where to put the files. Usually I tell it like, hey, place all the files in this location. Okay, here. Now it's going to ask me, do you like what you see, right? So let me scroll up a little bit. It's going to show me the code that it's going to write. You see it's got some cool looking menu items there. So it's got the stages all mapped out as basically an array. And then it's got the code blocks lined up here so I can see how it's doing the score label, the layout, so on and so on. Looks good. I can hit enter to accept, or I can say refine, I can say edit. I'm just going to hit enter. It's probably dumping all these files under my home directory. That's what it normally does. Yep, saved it to hangman scores JSON. Okay, full GUI. Let's run it. Okay, so it says run Python type 3 hangman completed. Isn't it fun watching me try to type? Oh, and it popped up on the other screen. Let me bring it over. Not bad. A little pretty basic, but hey, look what it did. Alright, that's it. Time for me to quit my job, becoming a woodworker. Okay, so let's see. What is it's animals? So I'm going to do A, E. Oh, it doesn't let me type. I have to click. A, E. Ooh, I'm going to say cheetah. Damn, I'm good. Alright, look at that. Even a pop-up. Not bad for the very first run. So I have one win. Holy crap. New game. Okay, I have to tell it new game. So let me do this. Let me ask it, okay, very nice. You gotta stroke its ego, you know, it's important. But I would also like to be able to type letters from my, God, I can't type. I need coffee. Keyboard. In addition to clicking my mouse. Also, I would like it to proceed to a new game as soon as I win each game. Let's watch it churn through. It says warping. That's how it says thinking, it says working. Creating a diff. So a diff is basically, it's looking at what it has, looking at the conversation and determining, okay, what's the delta? Okay, what do I need to change? There you go. The red lines are coming out, the green lines are going in, the other green lines are going in, blah, 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 blah. We're down here, there's some more green lines. Let's see what it did. Let's go back up. Okay, so, double scroll. Alright, so it's importing a different library. It's adding the timer and a key event. That's for the keyboard and for the timer for going past at the end. And then I scroll down here. I'm going to have to listen to this later, and I can't stand the sound of my voice, so I'm probably going to just plug my ears and watch it. On key press event. Okay, so it's taking the keyboard inputs. And then down here, okay, for about 100 self-enabled single shot. Okay, new game. Okay, so after the end of a win, it goes to the next game by firing the timer with a 100 millisecond delay, I'm guessing. It can't be 100 seconds. Yeah, I'll go ahead and accept. Alright, very nice. It says it did it. Let's run it again. Once again, it pops open on the other screen. Bring it over. Always go to the monitor 1. So A, E, nope, still not taking keyboard input. Get to the end. I know one of y'all's looking at this and going, oh, it's obviously blah, and I'm like totally not getting it. Blew up. Kangaroo, yep. because I'm not from Australia. And didn't go to the end. It didn't go to the next game. Okay, all right. So it is still not allowing me to enter characters by keyboard. Also, when I lose a game, it should proceed to a new game after I click the OK button on the pop-up. Isn't it fun to watch me read while I'm typing? Imagine if your dentist did that. Alright. I'm just going to trust this spread. I don't know anything about this. I've written Python from scratch in probably 5 years. What could possibly go wrong? See me writing a life support system for like a space mission? Yeah, your code worked great. The entire crew arrived dead. Alright, so it says it works. Let's see. Let's go back up. Run it again. Once again, it's going to open on the other monitor. Yep, sure did. Over here. Okay, A, B, I, O. Okay. Oh God, I know what this is. Rhinoceros. I win! Yay! Went to a new game. All right, cool. Octopus. This is actually not bad. Okay, now let's do new game and do. Ooh, countries. I didn't even ask for countries. Let's do. It's not letting me do letters. Oh, there it goes. I had to like click. Spain. Yay! Oh boy. Why am I not getting this? Mexico. Thank you. Okay, that's working. Not bad. Not bad. Cities, food, animal, countries. Hangman game. Okay, now it's this like very nice. Got to stroke its ego again. Very nice. Can you add a drop down for changing the color theme? I would like some options for blue, green, yellow, orange, purple, pink, and so on. You can give the theme names. You can, told you I need coffee. You can use more descriptive theme names like ocean breeze and candy. Good God. Candy. Okay, let's see what that does. It doesn't play music, so. Get to listen to me make mouth noises. Do 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 do. Creating a diff. Do 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 do. Just gonna accept it. Don't even care. If it breaks it, I just tell it to undo it. Okay, drop down. So I did it. All right, let's go run it again. Ooh, and it started up this time with blue-green, ocean breeze. Ooh, look at that. And fresh coral reef. I don't know if that looks like coral reef, but hey, midnight sky, lavender dream. They sound like fragrances in the air freshener aisle. Sunset glow. Not bad. I like Ocean Breeze. I like that. Very cool. Well, not bad. So we did all that in how long? How long we recorded this? Where's my timer? Shit, I can't find my timer. 15 minutes and 22 seconds. 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Alright, there you go. So that was vibe coding with Warp Terminal on Linux using Python and no coffee.